Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast, and today on this episode, I'm telling you guys a story that tightened the bond of the Yadavas and the Pandavas. Subhadra is more than just Arjuna's wife or Krishna's sister. She's the future. Let's get to the story. Now that Indraprastha was ready for action, Krishna had more plans for Arjuna and Yudhishthir. Krishna wanted Arjuna to marry Subhadra, as she was the future for the Pandavas. Krishna also wanted the Yadavas and the Pandavas to have a political alliance with each other in case of a war. However, there was a slight problem. Back in Hastinapur, Shakuni was planning to have Subhadra married to Duryodhan for a political alliance with the Kauravas and the Yadavas. To do this, Shakuni told Duryodhan to invite Balaram for lunch and show him the best hospitality. Now you might be wondering, why Balaram and not Krishna? Well, Krishna isn't going to fall for these traps. And Shakuni's plan worked. Balaram fell for the trap and gave in to Duryodhan's request to marry Subhadra. However, this plan would not succeed because Krishna had other thoughts. When the Pandavas married Draupadi, they had an agreement amongst themselves that they would each have their own grace periods with her alone, and under any circumstances, the privacy would not be breached. And if, for any reason, it was breached, the person responsible for it would have to do penance for 1 year. So Krishna told Arjuna to purposefully leave his bow in Draupadi's room before his grace period was over. Then, just as Yudhishthir started his grace period with Draupadi, a man came to Arjuna saying that his cows had been robbed by thieves. So for Arjuna to hunt the robbers down and possibly get the cows back, he had to get his bow. So he broke the deal, went into Draupadi's room while Yudhishthir was still there, took his bow, and promised to do penance after he solved the cowherd's problem. And so, Arjuna took leave of his brothers to do his penance. So the real secret behind this plan was that Arjuna is not allowed to marry anybody during this penance. So when he went to Dwaraka to get Subhadra, Shakuni wouldn't suspect a thing. Arjuna first went to the kingdoms of Manipur and Nagaloka. When he visited the two kingdoms, however, the princesses fell in love with him and married him. Chitrangada, the Manipuri princess, gave birth to her son Babruvahana, and Uluchi, the Nagakanya, gave birth to Airavant. However, Arjuna made them promise that they would not come back to Hastinapur with him. And so Arjuna then proceeded to Dwaraka, where he met Subhadra in a disguise. Then Krishna came and introduced the two to each other. Subhadra was filled with happiness at the thought of marrying the love of her life. At the same time, Balaram went up to his parents and talked them into getting Subhadra married to Duryodhan. However, Krishna came and convinced them that it would be auspicious to take the decision in the morning. And then Krishna went and told Subhadra that Arjuna would come when she went to the temple that afternoon. And then he went to Arjuna and said that this journey is Subhadra's and that she will drive the chariot away herself. So as per plan, Arjuna came to take Subhadra and they were out and away. Now when Balaram came to know of this, he wanted to send an entire army to stop Arjuna and get Subhadra back. But just then, Krishna stood up and told everyone that Subhadra liked Arjuna and not Duryodhan. He insisted that she was leaving with who she loved. Balaram eventually gave in, and they brought back Arjuna and Subhadra to get them properly married. Once Arjuna and Subhadra tied the knot in Dwaraka, Krishna told Arjuna that he would have to introduce Subhadra in the sweetest way possible to Draupadi. Krishna told Arjuna that Draupadi was also his sister. At the time, however, Arjuna didn't understand why Krishna told him that. So Arjuna took Subhadra home and decided to come clean to Draupadi. Draupadi, however, was mad and extremely upset. Arjuna then began pondering upon the problem, when suddenly he understood Krishna's words. He then asked Subhadra to quickly go and dress like a milkmaid. Then, Arjuna asked her to go and introduce herself to Draupadi as Krishna's sister. Subhadra did, and she immediately melted Draupadi's heart, and she accepted her. That's it for this long episode, but stay tuned for next week as we get closer to the story of Yudhishthir's Rajasuya Yagna. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Until then, don't forget to turn on those post notifications and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Above and beyond. Bye!